Ladies and gentlemen, friends and viewers, this is Stormy with the capital Z. Welcome to my first ever episode of something I'd like to call Warcraft Request. The person who sent me this replay is called uh, Bello Ballo Italiano 2009. I just hope I don't I don't get your name wrong. That is so. Yeah, I'd be calling this show or other playlist called Warcraft Request, and this is basically going to be the subscribers or anyone out there on YouTube can just send me a replay and like ask if I could cast this game. I just check that game out. If I think it's worth being on YouTube, I'll just send it out via this. So this is going to be a human versus orc, as you guys might have seen. The orc player is called TRummler, as he is the red orc on the top right, and the human player is called YHS00, that is, and the human player has chosen to go for the MK, as we had seen a while ago while I was babbling about my show, which I just mentioned. And so yeah, orc is obviously going for the blade master and sending out the scout peon towards the human base, and we are going to be seeing what happens in the game. Oh, just to give a little short notice, the human player did go for the fast build order. This is the fastest time in which you can actually get a hero in this game, and it can only be done with humans. He did get an MK, which is kind of a strange choice, because many times you go for that archmage when you do this. He did go for the MK, and he is going for this camp indeed. While the blade master isn't even out yet, he will be out in a second over there, and the peon is chasing away that place as well. He's gonna storm loading away. No, not gonna storm loading. He's gonna take all the damage over the MK, which is kind of a, I wouldn't say it's a good choice, because at the same time the MK gets to lower and lower, very low hit points there, because the MK is almost down by 50% of the hit point. It is down by 50%, that is. He did get the Shadow Troll Beast, and the peon is still scrambling around there. I don't think he got any kind of a kill or something, but he did get enough intel saying that the human player did go for the fast build order and did get the MK as a first hero, and also did creep out the scan, that is. Got the Forest Shadow Troll Priest. So yeah, Blade Master has crept out the upper camp, selling off the TP, buying healing salve, the scroll of speed, and he also got a class of attack +6, which is actually a very useful item, and we will be seeing how useful it comes to him. While the human player goes to work at the green camp over here, gonna be creeping that place out. Where the orc player did have a grunt there, which is running from the bottom location. That's actually a very good move there. He's going from there with the grunt just to check up if the human player chose to go for an expansion, because an expansion is kind of viable at this point, because your hero is already at level 2 when your opponent isn't even near you, and practically, oh, whoa, what the hell was that about? So anyways, the orc player is right behind the human player's back. He is going after the Shadow Troll Priest. Oh god, how does my tongue slip so much? He is going after the Shadow Troll Priest. Oh wait, it's the Forest Troll Shadow Priest. He's such a troll. So yeah, the human player has to like save it away until and unless he gets the tier 2. No, I don't think so. Human player is indeed going for an expansion, as he has called out all the militias, and he does see the orc player is right behind his back, bashing away the blade master, and now bashing it again. Blade master is in a tight spot but can escape away easily, because he does have a lot of mana there. And right now that wasn't a very wise move there by the orc player, because right now the blade master is at real low hit points, and while it's at low hit points, it really can't do much. It really can't like jump into danger as it can many a times using that wind walk. Well, the human player going towards that expansion point, the militia timer will be out soon enough. Orc player still at its back, and this is why you carry healing slabs, brother. He has healed to 50% of the hit points in just about no time, and going after the troll. The troll just might go down over there. Human player is almost done creeping over here. Didn't manage to take 2 kills over there. This footman might just die over there. He might just want to deny it before the orc player can just steal away experience from it. Kill it already, come on. Well, he decides to keep it. The human, okay, he's sending it out. I'll leave it be. Orc player going toward the shop, getting a boost of speed because it is the first night, and this is the time when you actually get that boost of speed from the shop. So stronghold is almost ready, and we are gonna be seeing a fire lord being picked up by the orc player, and this is the, and might I say, this is the fastest time in which you can get the second hero. Almost the fastest time, that is. And the reason why he has gone for it is because the human player has gone for an expansion, and if the expansion comes up, the orc player just has to play a lot with a lot of aggression. He still has to play a lot with a lot of aggression because, but the thing is, if the expansion comes up, the human player has a variety of choices to go for: knights, casters, rifle caster, or the classic griffin riders. The fire lord coming close to a surround, but the orc player managing to micro it away. Now going after the lava spawns, which is actually a good choice to go after. Guard towers almost ready. One guard tower is ready there, and the orc player should be concentrating more on trying to take off these towers than the hero. He's just falling away the hero everywhere it goes. The hero does have a TP. He can just TP back anytime, but the thing is, if the hero does TP back, this base, this whole thing will have to be left behind with it, because the whole army will be TP'd back with him. And right now the orc player kind of taking away the human unit, but now forced to go back at kind of time. He's trying to get a surround over it, but he is not very much successful in getting it. The MK being now revived using the old-fashioned way, the altar. Using a tavern, I wouldn't really advise using a tavern right now, because if you actually use it from a revive it from a tavern, it's only at 50% of the hit points, and if you happen to like meet the blade master in the way back to home, you know what's gonna happen. So yeah, orc player now thinking of creeping out his own expansion point, and it seems to me like the orc player has decided to expand as well. So it's gonna be a that's a 2 base, not a 1 base, 1 expansion. 2 base play by both of the players on this map. All of the gold coins will be taken up while in that process. Human player now fortifying his bases with towers and towers and towers and towers. Okay, just give me a second. Okay, I'm back, let's go. So the expansion for the human player is up and ready and going, and we have the human player fortifying away his bases, while the orc player is thinking of getting himself an expansion over here. I can't really predict what kind of a game we might be seeing here, rather than a classic orc versus human. The only difference here would be that the orc player has a fire lord instead of the shadow hunter, and the orc player he is getting pillage in there as well. Pillage will be useful at times, but he needs to be sure that he is chopping away the buildings using the raiders and the grunts, because raiders, grunts and the peons are the only units that are affected by the pillage upgrade, that is. And the human player choosing the alternate route, taking sort of a detour over there and towards the orc base, and somehow he managed to figure out that the orc player is expanding as well. He's now charging blows over the great hall of the orc player, and I don't know, can actually 2 footmen take them out, and a raider coming in, the raider ensnaring with a blade master there as well. And that actually did benefit the human player as at that time of the point, because the orc player was just about to hit the base of the human player, and he had to retreat back just to be able to secure his expansion there. And now the orc player choosing to creep over there, which gives the human player more time as well. And the amount of time that the orc player gives to the human player, he's just gonna be losing more and more opportunities to be able to defeat him, because if the human player gets to tier 3, which he is very very near to getting because he is upgrading keep right now, and if he manages to get those griffin riders in the air, it is GG for the orc player unless and until he can heavily micro that battle. So the Blade Master is gonna be picking off this footman, which is apparently acting as a scout, running for his dear life. Rather a suicidal scout. Just made a name over here. Suicidal scout, and I would say that that ensnare was extremely useless. That footman was down. It just had one more hit to die, and he still used that ensnare. So well, I think it should cool down until he reaches the human base. I don't think it will though. But yeah, the orc player now going after the golem. He should be doing that. Golem might slow. The golem was about to slow that Blade Master, but the Blade Master was much more swift and managed to kill it. And the human player stuck in a bad position. He should be concentrating on getting on that hill near the towers where he's safe, but he's fighting outside the base. He shouldn't be doing this. He's losing more units right now, and he's trying to target with a raider, which he can't really kill because the raiders are faster than him. And I think right now is that the old player is using Spirit Link, which is going to be giving him a lot of advantage in this battle right now. Focus fire will not be helping human player any much right now, and the human player needs to do something to go, needs to just get back to the base. Doesn't have to do anything else, and using the TP at a very weird point of the time, because he should have used it earlier, or rather just had ran inside the base because he was really near. He could have just entered from there, and human player swift enough to get the mud golem back from the mercenary camp. And the orc player now heading towards the human main base. Human player does have mana tree upgrade 1, which actually does give a little more defense to the bases, and getting an archmage as a second hero, I wouldn't say that's very advisable, but a paladin is much more useful with the MK rather than archmage, because the archmage is best as the first hero, because he really is a little squishy. Yeah, that's the appropriate word. He's a little squishy at the midpoint of the game, because the enemy heroes are just leveled up, and you can like see level 3 on both the heroes. And it seems to me like the barracks only, there's only one barracks there. The barracks is gonna go down. The human player indeed wants to go for rifle casters right now, because I don't really see a castle coming up, because he does have a lot of stockpiled gold right now, which he's using for nothing right now, because he doesn't really have anything to use for. He can potentially make something at the expansion, which he is doing right now. He's just making one one Arcane Anthem there, and right now getting the Archmage right now. Archmage being soul burned, which actually disables him from using any kind of spells for a while. The soul burn technique is actually very useful, and it can be used against any hero very well. And the Stormbolt picking up the Blade Master, now going after the Fire Lord running away for dear life, and Stormbolt over the Shadow Walker, Spirit Walker. It's gonna be Stormbolted again to be taken out. Kodobi is being trained as well there. So the matchup gonna be going back to the stagnant point where it was a while ago, while the Blade Master being revived from the tavern there, picking up boosts of, I don't know, he already had the boost of speed. He picked up the lesser invulnerability and the potion of the scroll of healing, that is. Now rejuvenating at his base, but the human player goes for some creeping with the mercenaries. He needs to be careful with the Archmage right now, because the Archmage is it's really weak. But the only thing that I would say that he only got the Archmage for is that Brilliance Aura, because if he can like boost up the mana regeneration of the MK, he can really increase the number of storm bolts that MK can land per minute rather. So yeah, the human now the human player getting caught over here with the ensnares, and 2 of the units gonna die over there with by the orc army engaging them. Orc army gonna be engaging with the human, and the human player forced to go back. Human player has to go to the expansion right now to like save himself, because the orc player is right behind him. He can't take him out right now, because the human player doesn't really have many military units at this point of the time. And right now going after the Archmage at getting at lower hit points. It needs to back it out. The Archmage cannot really engage into battle like the MK. MK has been ensnared. MK might just want to use that for some invulnerability in case anything goes wrong, but he did use the Storm Bolt and now it's running back to the base. Slow being used, which is a very good move at this point of the time because he can just slow away the units and run away. He should have used it a lot earlier, in my opinion, least. Getting a few casters and he's still not going to tier 3. I don't see what he's doing. He's getting those mages, he's getting the casters, but the thing is, you got an expansion. You need to do something more than just the classic human build, that is the Arcane Scantha, because it's really not gonna help you this way. Now the Orc player are arriving at the human main and now gonna be going after the Scantha. Scantha might just go down over here, and okay, he kind of is doing something different from the usual human build orders. He does have 3 Scantha, which actually is just gonna increase the production a little more. Training up riflemen would be more advised over here because the riflemen can really deal a good amount of damage there. Right now the human player is actually concentrating more on getting mercenaries. These mercenaries are like comprising almost like 50% of his army right now, and now pulling a few farms, and it seems to be like he wants to make his expansion his main in a while. And getting an altar. What the hell are you doing? You already have an altar. Damn. Well, I guess these players just aren't the best. For whoever sent me this replay, I don't know. I think he might cancel it. I think he might do something else, but I don't really know. I don't think building 2 altars at one point of the time is any useful at all, because you can't just make something like the workshop. You can't just make anything like the barracks and something like that just to increase your production, because you have an expansion. You have an expansion and you can just use away all that gold in something rather than nothing. And right now both of the armies meeting at a really narrow choke point, and at this point it's really hard to move for both of the players. It'll be hard for them to move to save their units right now, and both of the human heroes leveling up. The lava swans is what he needs to concentrate a little on, because if once these things start multiplying, it's gonna be really dangerous for the human player. Actually, if the human player gets a tier 3, he might even get magic steal, control magic. That is, control magic can really help him steal away the lava swans, which can actually help him a lot, because if they get enough hits, he can even like multiply them. So he does have like 3 Arcane Scantha, and this is one of the weirdest build orders. 2 altars, guys. I has 2 altars. So yeah, and the human player now trying to creep at the middle of the battle rather, because oh, we got some wind riders over here. Wind riders are going to be proving a little more devastating because they can pick off these spellcasters really easily. MK getting a low hit points. Oh, my BM just went down, and now the Fire Lord being surrounded. Fire Lord might just go down over here. MK getting a lower hit points. MK might want to pop out that potion. Ensnared. And oh my, the BM is back. The Blade Master is back. The MK has enough mana for another bolt. Another bolt will kill it. Oh, another bolt. There it goes. Spellbreakers. Come on, yeah. The BM down for the 2nd time, and an Archmage dies as well. And now the human player TPing back to the base because he doesn't really have anything else to do, because he really couldn't do anything else rather. And the Orc player once again spending all that haul of money, and I don't know, these players are like having a lot of gold in their stockpile and just using it away on any big investment that they could pull it out in. And for some reason I see the Archmage over here, and I can say that he had revived it from the tavern, because there is absolutely no way, not even with 2 altars, there is absolutely no way he can come back that soon. So yeah, the game seems to be at a stagnant location. I think we could divide this thing into 2 parts. I don't know, I just want to see how many people actually watch this. So yeah, I'm gonna be putting part 2 as an unlisted video. I'm gonna be recording it right now, and I'm gonna be uploading it as well, but it's gonna be as another video, nothing else. So yeah, that's pretty much about it as the human player goes on some creeping. See you guys at part 2.